another episode of My Story for You. Today I have a special guest with me, somebody who has inspired me to be a better businesswoman than I've ever been. Someone who runs 5 businesses successfully all over the world. He travels to UAE every now and then, and today I got him for you. Hello, Rob.
Hi, good to see you again, Nousheen.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
So, we want to know how Rob made it from a very tough time to a 7-figure profit business. Tell us your story today.
Okay, so the 7-figure profit business is 7-figure in pounds, not dirhams. It's a long story. It's a story of 10 years. I came to Dubai in 2010, and I was running away from my problems in the UK. And I came to Dubai, but my problems came with me.
Yeah, they normally do that.
Yes, and I didn't have the support or the family or the friends. I was on my own in Dubai in 2010. But I did learn a lot of things. But I was suffering from depression. And it was hard, really hard. But I did learn a lot of things here. And I guess my story started with me bringing a friend over in 2010 from the UK, a guy called Alex. Okay. And I was depressed. I was feeling suicidal. I wanted to finish it. Wow. It was nothing to do with Dubai. Dubai is a wonderful place. It was me. The problem was in me. It wasn't out external. Alex came over and we spent 4 days in JLT, where I lived. And he said to me, what do you really want to do in your life? And the first answer was, I don't know. But he didn't give up. He said, well, if you did know, what would that look like? So he was getting me to envision the future in my head. And I think if you're struggling in business life or personal life, the first place to start is in there.
In the head.
In the head. It is to think, well, if I could change my life, what would that look like? Okay. And then you can start to plan how you might achieve that. And that's what I did in my life. I spent a year in Dubai and I made the decision to go back to the UK. I set up a new business and now I have 5 businesses, 6 children, but 1 life. And I think to enjoy the mountaintop experiences of life, you need to be in the valleys. And I've been in the valleys a few times, in those low places. And I'm sure there's people looking and listening to this are in a low place at the moment. Yeah. And so my encouragement really is to communicate with someone you trust, a good friend, maybe a member of the family, maybe it's a business colleague or contact. But communicate and open up, particularly with guys. Guys tend not to communicate. Yeah, they talk about soccer, they talk about business, they talk about their careers, they talk about money, they talk about their homes, but they don't talk about the important things in life. Yeah. And so, which is one of the reasons I think that 3 times as many men commit suicide than women in the world. So there's something about communication that's really positive. And it's about planning future life and going on a journey.
What was your answer to Alex's question? I'm curious.
Yeah, so I said that I wanted to go back to my first love in business, which was to help people buy and sell businesses, mergers and acquisitions. That's what I really wanted to do. I wanted a 6-figure income in pounds, not dirhams.
Okay.
But when I voiced it, I didn't really believe it. But he was asking me the question and he wasn't giving up. But because I spoke it, I think there's something positive about that. I said I wanted my own home, I wanted more children, and I wanted to be content and happy in life. And there were some other things as well. But one of the things I decided to do from that was to go back to the UK, face my problems, and do the hard thing, which is to work through my problems rather than run away. But with the help with Alex and a few other friends in the UK, I was able to do that. And 10 years later, it's a very different life. When I come back to Dubai and fly back to Dubai, I have a smile on my face,
Which is cool.
which I didn't have in 2010. Dubai hasn't changed. Well, it's got bigger, but the culture hasn't really changed. I've changed.
So the change was here.
The change is within me, not my external circumstances.
Yeah. Because I see a lot of people blaming lots of things around them. They don't understand that the problem could be within. So
Yeah, and I find that a lot with business owners. When they're struggling with their business, they sometimes think about stopping.
yeah, a lot more of them are thinking to stop.
Under pressure, concerned, maybe their marriage is affected because their business is not doing so well.
Yeah.
And particularly important in Dubai or UAE, if you don't have work and a work visa, you can't stay.
You can't stay. Yeah.
So there's an added pressure in this local environment. I've always found with business owners, businesses don't fail. Business owners fail. It's not the business that fails. The business is an inanimate object. It's the owners.
It's the
And sometimes the business owners have to change their mindset and deal with that and a little bit of that in here
to fix things.
to fix things. It isn't external. It isn't outside influences. It isn't for the British people. It isn't Brexit. Those are external things that the most resilient people in life can adapt.
I'm so glad you are a part of Dr. Andrea's book,
Yes.
10 Traits of Highly Resilient People. And she has interviewed Rob. He's one of the subjects in the book who have recovered from depression, who have made great things possible, right? It's
Yes.
a rags to riches story that we were laughing about.
Yeah. Well, not quite rags. I did have Nike trainers, but I think I know what you mean. I've been poor and I've been rich.
That was metaphoric.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so he's in the book and she's talking about how people can recover from misfortune, from depression, from problems in their lives and rise again on a level which could be very surprising and inspiring for everybody.
And in that book, Dr. Andrea has, through research, has indicated 10 traits, 10 things, characteristics that are present in every resilient person. And we can all be resilient.
We can all be resilient.
All of us.
Yes. It's a matter of choice, Rob, isn't it?
It is, and also with the help of others and communicating.
Okay. So there has to be a support system.
Yeah, because when people struggle, particularly guys again, when we struggle, we go quiet. We go silent. We don't communicate. Women are better.
Women can open up. Like I told you, if I have a problem, I will tell at least 4 people
You
about
will.
it. Till they all 4 come up to a solution that, okay, I'm all right, something was wrong with the other person.
Yeah, so it starts with communication and talking it out, and everyone can change their life. They need the willpower and the mindset, and that comes usually, often, with someone else, the help of someone or some other people.
Who are the 3 major people who has inspired you through your journey? 3 main people.
Wow, do you mean well-known people or
Somebody
people
who
in my
has
life?
really made a difference in your life.
Oh, there's 3 people definitely. I've
Alex.
mentioned Alex.
Yes.
And he's a subject in my book that's just come out, Alex. He's main character. There's a good plug for the book, by the way.
There.
That's Sharjah Desert. It's not Britain.
Oh yeah, and this is Rob. It's amazing. If you want the book, you have to come to Yeskal's event on 4th of December.
Yep.
It will be free for you and there will be a lot of talk.
Yeah.
So, be
Yeah.
there.
And it's my last 10 years in a thin book.
It's
You'll
quite
read it
thin.
in 2 nights. But it's... So Alex has definitely been instrumental. So has another friend of mine in the UK, Tracy, who was when I went back to the UK, I left Dubai. I wanted to start on a new journey and start up my own business, but I lacked confidence. I felt a fraud because I felt I was trying to pretend to be someone I wasn't today.
Yeah, this is in confidence chapter.
It is, yeah.
In the
Chapter
book.
7. And Tracy I found on LinkedIn. Didn't know her, but I think I typed in confidence coach. And she
Okay,
popped
and
up.
she
She was
popped up.
local. She was a confidence coach.
Yeah.
And we spent many months on one-to-one helping me understand my mind
Okay.
and produce confidence in me.
Yes.
And there's various techniques that you can use. So Tracy was the second most influential. And the third person is a person I've fallen in love with, which is Christina. I've been friends with Christina for years, and it's only in the last 3 years that we started a relationship. But she has been on that journey of my life
With you.
with me as a very, very good friend.
Amazing.
So those are the three people. I've had three very influential and inspirational people with me on that journey.
A large number of people, when they're in trouble, something personal bothering them,
Yeah.
they're afraid of hiring a coach, confiding in somebody who could really help them. So I believe there were two people who really helped you, who were more into boosting your confidence, giving
Yes.
you faith in yourself.
Yes.
One is Alex and the other one is Tracy.
Indeed.
So another message for everybody is that when you have some issues, do talk them out. Do get yourself a coach to help you, because it's going to work.
Yeah, sometimes it's a friend, and that's free.
Yeah.
Because the best commodity
Yes.
we have, each of us, is our time.
Is that time? True.
And just to give it is the most valuable thing, I think, in life. Sometimes, though, you pay someone to be a coach, someone that you trust. Someone I know very well, we know very well actually, said that he wants to, like tennis, he wants to play tennis with someone better than him. So when you're looking for a coach, find someone that you aspire to be, both in terms of their attitude, their integrity, but also their business skills.
So Rob, what advice would you give to business owners? How can they become successful like you?
That's very gracious of you to say. Well, success is relative. First of all, you need to define what success is.
Yeah.
It may not be making lots of money. There are many people on this planet that have helped, like Gandhi and Mother Teresa. They didn't have a lot of money,
They didn't have enough.
but they affected the world. They made big changes in people's lives. But there's people like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and others, billionaires, that give a lot of their money as well. So success can be different things. So you need to set the end destination, like any journey. If I went to Everest, I'd plan my journey to the top.
Okay.
I'd have people come with me.
Yeah, because alone it will be difficult. You need somebody to be with you.
Yeah, so set the long-term plan. What does success look like? And then set yourself monthly, quarterly, annual milestones, goals, so that you know you're on the right route. Now, with several businesses, my biggest problem is saying no to people. I think in business, once you started growing businesses, you have to say no more times than you have to say yes.
Really?
Yeah. Because there are lots of shiny things that can distract you and take you off that path.
Okay.
So I find now I say no far more times than I say yes. If I said yes to everything, I think I might have it would be a stressful and anxious life, and I might have a mental breakdown.
Wow.
Because I'm only one person, so I could go, I would dilute myself, and maybe I'd never reach my intention, my end result. So I think to have a clear purpose in mind and then set yourself regular goals, then keep yourself accountable to a business coach, a mentor, a loved one.
Yes. The family.
Yeah, because goals are achieved far, far more times if you keep yourself accountable to another human being.
Agree with you. Yes.
Does that answer the question?
So Rob, you've achieved your 10 years milestone 1 year early.
1 year early, yeah.
That's cool.
Thank
Tell us
you.
about the new objectives that you've set, your new goals, and how you're going to achieve them. What are your plans for future?
So the last 10 years have been about dealing with fighting depression and a suicide attempt.
Okay.
And it's about building my life back again, my business life, my personal life, and relationship with my children. The next 10 years is different. It isn't about building businesses anymore, because I don't work full-time in any of the businesses. I have people that run them.
Cool.
And they're better than me. So one tip to a business owner: if you want to be free in life, employ someone who's better than you. maybe your management team, all to be talented and better than you.
Yeah.
So my life now is about making a difference in other people's lives the next 10 years.
Okay.
It could be, sometimes it's altruistic, philanthropic, but it could be that I'm just investing in someone's business.
Which is good news.
Which will help make a difference in their lives.
In their lives.
But I only invest in things that I think I'm going to have fun with.
Which is a good point.
And enjoyable. And also I've got to like the person as well, because there's no point getting into business if you don't like each other. Because that's painful.
That's painful, yes.
So the next 10 years is about, I'm working in the whole field of depression with business owners and business owner burnout.
Great.
Particularly with guys in business. Christina, she has a heart for an orphanage in Albania because she's from Albania.
Okay.
And she wants to help us make a difference in children's lives in Albania.
We're not privileged.
Yeah, it hasn't got the support network like many other European countries.
There was something you told me about tourism.
Yeah, I've just hot off the press. I've just set up. We haven't gone live yet, so you're hearing this as a trade secret.
You're the first one to know this.
You're the first one to know. Yeah, all 3,000 of you listening in. It's a tourism business in Albania. We're going to attract tourists from outside and organise trips and tours to experience Albania. Okay. Many people don't know about the country.
Am I invited?
You definitely are. You and the family. And we'll have fun things like paddle boarding. I've got a boat out there, so we'll charter the boat. We'll do scuba diving. We'll parascending, throwing yourself off mountains with a parachute.
Come over.
Come over. I'm not going to run it. I have 2 Albanian directors that are going to run it. I just put the money up.
Yeah, so it's easy.
And then I can come over. We have a place out there, so it's a fun thing.
It's a fun thing, yeah.
And I found that enjoying life, for me, success in life is about enjoying what I'm doing, choosing the people I work with, and just having fun.
Yeah, relaxing.
I still work hard. Christina will tell you that. But because I'm only doing things I want to do, it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah.
When you're doing fun things and you're enjoying it, it's not work.
It's not work. I agree with you.
And if I work too hard, Christina will tell me.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rob.
You're welcome.
If you want to meet with Rob Goddard, you know where to find. Come to the next Yes Gulf event on 4th of December. We will be together.
Be fun.
And you will get the book. So
Courtesy.
thank you so much, Rob,
Yeah.
for being with me today.
Pleasure.
And being in the show and sharing your story.